Kobe played through injury after injury. To name a few, he had IVs administered during halftimes to play through food poisoning and the flu.
The Lakers, of course, lead this series 1-0, but the big story today developed last night. Kobe Bryant came down with food poisoning after a room service bacon cheeseburger and a slice of cheesecake. Trainer Gary Vitti was summoned in the middle of the night.
He was doubled over like a shrimp. Okay? He was bent over with abdominal cramping and he was very uncomfortable. And you know, if you've ever been there in that position, had that type of sickness, you know what it feels like. It's not pleasant.
Kobe Bryant's been receiving intravenous fluids. He had 2 in the overnight and early morning, then he had another one this afternoon and one just before the game. And you know, you put that intravenous into the vein pretty often, you start getting some bleeding, and of course you got to get that stopped. That's what we're seeing there.
He looks like he's struggling a little bit with that viral infection, and he has not been a factor yet in this game, but he will be. Kobe's struggling, gasping for breath. He's really struggling. You can see it in the way he moves, the way he elevates. And Doug Christie's not giving him any space at all.
Knowing that, you know, if you're as ill as Kobe apparently is here, just bother him.
Make him work. Yeah. Continue to make him work for everything. Don't give him anything easy. Just drain that stamina even more.
Looking at Kobe Bryant, who still is wearing the signs on his face of a man who's not particularly comfortable.
He hasn't played with the fluidity that we're used to seeing Kobe play with, or the explosiveness. But if they're going to pull this game out, they need a reasonable facsimile of Kobe Bryant in the second half, and Shaq has got to stay out of foul trouble.
This is Fox with numbers to Kobe, hammers it down. Didn't look too sick there.
Well, the Lakers are playing with tremendous confidence away from the defensive pressure.
The shooting numbers here in the early going. We've got Kobe. Oh, that's a tough little shot in between, high arcing. He's got 4.
And we are seeing the technical foul shot right now.
Sacramento shooting just 35%. Kobe is open from the corner, and he strokes the jumper. It's a 4-point lead.
Nice.
Robert Horry on the glass. A fresh 24 for LA. Kobe on the breakdown, hanging and hitting.
What a tough shot by Kobe Bryant. That's what we saw him do in game 1 so effectively. Take it into the paint and then elevate.
Scored in the second quarter. Mid-post for Walker. Back out to Kobe. Kobe stroking the jumper, a long 2. And he's now finally in double digits with 11. Gives it across to Kobe Bryant. Gives it and gets it back from Fox, guarded by Christie. Almost a minute gone in the third. Kobe will take the jumper and hit the jumper. 6 for 13 from the field, 13 points. Fisher gave up the dribble. Weber tangled up with him. Somehow Kobe gets it down on the baseline and rattles it down. That was an interesting possession.
That was an interesting possession. And surprisingly, the refs continue to go to Shaq.
Kobe's got it against Christie. 6 on the shot clock. Kobe has to force one up. That's a tough shot.
Sure is. Christie did all he could.
He had 9 in the second quarter. Second quarter today, 11. Kobe taking it into the lane. Pollard was there. Oh, we're going to get a foul on Pollard, the outside official. Bernie Fryer blowing the whistle. What do you think of that?
Well, let's take another look. Kobe gets by Christie, goes into the paint. Yeah, there's a little...
Fox to inbound.
Good defense by Christie.
Kobe will fire the 3 and hit the 3. Cuts the lead in half with 12.5 left.
Well, the Lakers can't...
And then that'll do it. The Sacramento Kings salvage 1 at home, 96-90, and this series is all tied at a game apiece.